So in the last video with John from Black Pearl Reptiles, and I said, and this is it, and we're done, but I lied. There's actually 2 other species of animals that John showed me that I just couldn't fit in the last video because it was already 20 minutes. Just pause and just look how beautiful our little Kenyan sand boa is. What a rare treat to have her out. She's got this really pretty paradox pattern. So without much ado, let's rewind and jump back into Black Pearl Reptiles breeding facility.
This is sort of like the native or the North American version of a sunbeam snake.
Okay.
This is, the Latin name is Loxocemus bicolor, and the common name would be the Mexican Burrowing Python. And
No way.
even though it has the name python, it's not really a python.
Not a true python.
This is a juvenile, believe it or not. They'll get to be 5 or 6 feet long. They burrow a lot, as their name suggests. If you can see close to the nose and the chin there, they sort of have a flattened head. And so I keep them with deep substrate, and they burrow a lot. And just like a lot of the indigos, when you hold them in the sun, they are iridescent. They just shine. Yeah, they're really neat snakes. It's sort of like, you're familiar with rosy boas, it's sort of like a really large rosy boa.
Yeah.
I have not known them to bite at all. I have several, and I've never been bitten. As you can see, this one's a little flighty. They're not quite as slow moving as a rosy boa might be.
Yeah.
But I like them a lot. They have this sort of creamy underbelly with the dark top.
Ooh, yeah, the top is, it's dark, but it's almost like it's like a metallic brown almost. It's a
Right.
really interesting color.
Right, so these are native to Mexico down through Costa Rica, and they inhabit more of the drier rainforests.
Okay.
So for example, in Costa Rica, in Guanacaste, the northwest corner, it's more of a drier climate than a lot of the other lowlands, and so you can find these there.
Are you breeding these to
Not yet.
No?
This is one of the things that I, as a side project, that I sort of got interested in, and I just bought a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And now I'm raising them, and we'll
How many
see
did you?
what
How
happens.
many did you end up buying?
Oh, I think I got 5 pairs or something like that. In general, my philosophy sort of is that if I'm not familiar with keeping and breeding a
Yeah.
species, I do all the research I can, but ultimately, if I really want to be successful with it, I get a bunch of them, because then I learn more.
That makes
Because
sense.
you can
yeah.
always have individual variation in a certain snake as far as being a good breeder.
It's just like doing
or whatever
research,
else.
right? You
And
got to
so-
have a bigger sample size.
yeah,
Right?
having a big sample size. So I bought a whole bunch of them.
That's so funny. I love that, by the way, that just went and bought five pairs. It is a cool snake. I could definitely see a snake like this being very popular. People love the
think so.
Kenyan sand boas. They love rosy boas.
Right.
This has the iridescence of a sunbeam, but the kind of personality and stuff of some of those other species.
Lesser known, but should be more popular.
Okay, back to the present for a second. The next species is one that I have never seen in person, and I was so excited to see that I actually forgot to film the beginning of it. But what we're looking at are Bromeliad boas. So freaking cool. All right, let's get to it.
The Latin is ungaliophis. That's the genus name. And this is an adult female. And I'm very excited about this one because I am hopeful that she is gravid.
Yeah,
She's
looks
very
a
thick
little
here in the
thick
middle.
here. Yeah.
The male is not a reluctant breeder. Let's see the belly. There's some really neat
wow.
colors in there as well.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And so I'm just learning with these as well. I've not yet successfully bred them. Hopefully this will be the year. She's been looking thick like this after breeding for a few months now, so I'm hopeful.
And this is a full-grown female, right?
Right, this is a full-grown adult. And so they're very uncommonly seen in the wild because they spend the majority of their lives high up in the trees. These are Central American high humidity needs. They live in the jungle. They're called Bromeliad boas because they'll often sit in bromeliads that are growing high up in the canopy. This is the male and this is the female. So you can see the color difference between the two.
Yeah, a little sexual dimorphism between these guys. Is that sexual dimorphism or is that a locality
I'll be honest,
thing?
I don't know. I think so. It seems that way to me. If I had a larger group, I would know better.
That's why you got to get
could be
10 of everything.
that's right. I should get 5 pairs. It could be individual variation or it could be dimorphism there. Once I got them established, and they eat very well on fuzzy mice, and come as I'm cycling my Drymarchon, come around November,
Yeah.
I put them together and the male jumps right on the female. He's not a hesitant breeder at all, and so hopefully this will be the year to be able to get baby Bromeliad Boas.
That would be cool. Those are, everyone wants a small boa species. Like what a great little.
It's a fun little
Free one.
side project for me, but hopefully it'll come to fruition.
Yeah, I love it.
How freaking cool. These are two species I would love to see represented more in the hobby, because the Bromeliad boas are so small and they're a manageable size for boas, and they just have this gorgeous pattern and nice and grippy like you'd expect from an arboreal snake. And then the Mexican burrowing python is like the opposite. It's a big fossorial snake that just has crazy iridescence and also a really great demeanor. So really two snakes from completely different ends of the spectrum, but both really cool. Also, as a little bonus, check out this snake and let me know in the comments what you think it is. And that's it for today's video. If you can hear it, I've been feeling a little bit under the weather, so this is a little bit of a shorter video, but super cool animals nonetheless. A lot more stuff coming. There's 2 new animals in the reptile room, which I cannot wait to share with you soon. And that's it. Fun stuff. Peace.